Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Imagine a force so adaptable, so relentless, it can carve mountains or slip through the tiniest crack unnoticed. It bends, yet never breaks. It changes form, yet never loses its essence. This is the wisdom of Bruce Lee's "Be like water." He wasn't just describing fluidity, but offering a profound life philosophy, a way to navigate the chaos of existence with grace, resilience, and quiet power. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, shaping, and transforming while remaining true to your core. To be like water is to embody strength in softness and mastery in flow. Now let's explore what it truly means to be like water. Lesson 1. Be like water. The secret power. Have you ever considered how water moves effortlessly through obstacles, shaping its path yet remaining unchanged in essence? The Stoics often pondered the nature of adaptability, asking us to reflect on our own ability to adjust to life's ever-changing circumstances. What if we could embody the fluidity of water, responding to challenges not with rigidity, but with grace? Bruce Lee's profound insight, "Be like water, my friend," encapsulates this philosophy. Water doesn't resist, it adapts, taking the shape of whatever holds it while maintaining its integrity. The Stoics believed that by emulating water, we could navigate the currents of fate with wisdom and serenity. How might embracing this secret power transform your life? Water flows with purpose, unyielding yet flexible, carving its way through the hardest rock over time. The Stoics taught that perseverance and patience are virtues that enable us to overcome even the most formidable obstacles. Do you find yourself resisting the inevitable, or do you allow yourself to flow with life's natural course? By accepting what we cannot control, we conserve our energy for what we can influence. The Stoics remind us that true strength lies not in forcefully opposing the tide, but in skillfully navigating its currents. Could adopting the path of least resistance actually lead you to your desired destination? Consider a river that changes course when it meets an obstruction, finding a new way forward without losing momentum. The Stoics emphasized the importance of perception in shaping our reality. If we perceive obstacles as impassable walls, they become prisons of our own making. But if we see them as opportunities to find new paths, they become gateways to growth. Are you willing to shift your perspective and see challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks? Modern Stoic thinkers suggest that adaptability is the key to resilience. How can you cultivate a mindset that embraces change? Water is both gentle and powerful. It can soothe a weary soul or unleash the might of a storm. The Stoics understood that emotions are like water. If left unchecked, they can overflow and cause chaos. Do you allow your emotions to control you, or do you channel them constructively? By mastering our inner world, we gain the ability to remain calm amid turmoil. The Stoics encourage us to practice temperance, guiding our emotions like a skilled navigator charts a course. In what ways can you harness your emotional energy to propel you forward? Imagine the clarity of a still pond, reflecting the world with pristine accuracy. The Stoics valued self-awareness and introspection, recognizing that understanding oneself is the foundation of wisdom. Do you take time to quiet your mind and reflect on your thoughts and actions? Like the calm surface of water, a tranquil mind allows us to see things as they truly are. Modern Stoic philosophers advocate for mindfulness practices to achieve this state of clarity. How might cultivating inner stillness enhance your decision-making and overall well-being? Water is essential for life. It nourishes, cleanses, and revitalizes. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature and contributing positively to the world around us. Are your actions enriching the lives of others, or are they depleting the collective well-being? By embodying the nourishing qualities of water, we can become agents of positive change. The Stoics teach us that virtue lies in contributing to the common good. What steps can you take to make a meaningful impact in your community? In the face of adversity, water doesn't break, it bends. The Stoics taught that resilience is not about being unbreakable, but about being able to recover and continue. When life's pressures mount, do you snap under stress, or do you bend and adapt? By embracing flexibility, we can withstand hardships without losing our essence. The Stoics often asked, "What is within our control?" Focusing on our responses rather than external events empowers us. Are you ready to let go of rigidity and embrace a more adaptable approach to life's challenges? Water finds balance between opposing forces, maintaining equilibrium. The Stoics emphasize the importance of moderation and balance in all aspects of life. Do you find yourself swinging between extremes, or do you seek the middle path? Like water seeking its level, we can strive for harmony in our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Modern Stoics suggest that balance leads to a more fulfilling and stable life. How can you bring more equilibrium into your daily routine? The journey of water is continuous. It evaporates, forms clouds, and returns as rain, a perpetual cycle. The Stoics viewed life as a series of cycles and transitions, each phase bringing its own lessons. Do you cling to the past, or do you embrace the flow of time and the changes it brings? By accepting impermanence, we find peace in the present moment. The Stoics encourage us to appreciate each stage of life for what it offers. What can you learn from the cycles you experience? Water reflects without judgment, mirroring whatever stands before it. The Stoics taught the value of impartial observation, urging us to see things as they are without bias or emotion clouding our vision. Do you perceive situations objectively, or do preconceived notions distort your understanding? By adopting the reflective nature of water, we can approach life's complexities with clarity and fairness. How might this perspective improve your relationships and decision-making? In the depths, water holds mysteries unseen on the surface. The Stoics believe that wisdom comes from exploring beneath superficial appearances. Are you content with surface-level understanding, or do you delve deeper to uncover hidden truths? By seeking knowledge and self-awareness, we enrich our lives and those of others. Modern Stoic thinkers encourage lifelong learning and curiosity. What depths are you willing to explore to grow and evolve? When water is confined, it becomes stagnant. When it flows freely, it remains fresh. The Stoics recognize the dangers of stagnation in thought and action. Do you limit yourself with rigid beliefs, or do you remain open to new ideas and experiences? By allowing ourselves to flow, we invite growth and prevent complacency. The Stoics advocate for continuous self-improvement. How can you ensure that you keep moving forward on your journey? Water doesn't discriminate. It benefits all who encounter it. The Stoics emphasized universal kindness and the interconnectedness of humanity. Do you extend compassion to others regardless of their background or status? By embodying the inclusive nature of water, we foster unity and understanding. The Stoics teach that we are all part of a greater whole. How can you contribute to building bridges rather than walls? In times of drought, water is scarce and precious. The Stoics remind us to appreciate what we have before it's gone. Do you take the essentials of life for granted, or do you express gratitude for them daily? By recognizing the value of the seemingly mundane, we enrich our experience of life. Modern Stoics recommend practicing gratitude to enhance happiness and fulfillment. What are you grateful for today? Water adapts to extreme conditions, from the icy Arctic to the steaming geysers. The Stoics believed that we could thrive in any circumstance by adjusting our mindset. When faced with uncomfortable situations, do you resist or adapt? By being flexible, we can find comfort even in discomfort. The Stoics encourage us to expand our comfort zones. Are you willing to step into new environments to grow? Ultimately, to be like water is to embrace a way of life that is adaptable, resilient, and harmonious. The Stoics, both ancient and modern, offer us wisdom on how to navigate the complexities of existence with grace and strength. By internalizing these lessons, we unlock the secret power that enables us to flow through life, overcoming obstacles and enriching the world around us. Are you ready to immerse yourself in this philosophy and transform the way you live? Lesson 2. The current within, shaping the flow. Have you ever stopped to wonder why some people seem to glide through life's chaos with a sense of calm, while others are swept away by the tides? The Stoics believed that the secret lies not in controlling the waves, but in commanding the flow within. Bruce Lee's famous quote, "Be like water, my friend," invites us to look inward, to understand that the current we create within shapes how we navigate the storms outside. What if, instead of resisting the inevitable, you could harness the power of your inner current and direct it toward the life you desire? Water doesn't merely drift aimlessly. It follows a path dictated by purpose and environment. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasize the importance of discerning what is within our control and what is not. Some things are up to us, and some are not, he taught. When water meets resistance, it doesn't waste energy fighting. It flows around, over, or under the obstacle, maintaining its momentum. Ask yourself, when life presents resistance, do you clash head-on, exhausting yourself, or do you pause, adapt, and redirect your energy? By aligning your focus with what you can change, you conserve your strength for what truly matters. How could this shift in perspective transform the way you face challenges? To be like water is not to be passive or powerless. It's to master the art of subtle influence. A river may appear gentle as it winds through a valley, but over time, it carves canyons and reshapes landscapes. The Stoics believed in this quiet persistence, urging us to let our actions speak louder than our frustrations. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Like a river cutting through stone, your thoughts and habits shape the reality around you. What habits are you carving into your daily life? Are they creating the life you want, or are they eroding your potential? Now picture a drop of water falling into a still pond. Its ripples expand outward, touching everything in their path. This is the ripple effect of your actions and choices. The Stoics understood that our influence extends far beyond what we see. Marcus Aurelius advised, "What you do today echoes in eternity." Every decision you make, every action you take, creates ripples in the lives of those around you. Do your ripples build bridges or erode them? Like water, your influence has the power to shape not only your own journey, but also the paths of others. How can you ensure your ripples leave a legacy of virtue and positivity? Water's strength lies in its duality. It is both forceful and yielding. The Stoics recognized this balance as essential to living well. They called it temperance, the ability to act with both restraint and intention. Think of a waterfall crashing into a serene lake below. Both the waterfall's ferocity and the lake's tranquility are necessary parts of the cycle. In your own life, do you know when to stand firm like a powerful current and when to yield like a quiet stream? Modern Stoic philosopher Massimo Pigliucci reminds us that wisdom is knowing when to act and when to wait. How might embracing this balance help you navigate your relationships, ambitions, and inner struggles? Water, even when frozen in ice, retains the potential to flow. The Stoics taught that our essence, our capacity for reason, virtue, and growth, remains intact no matter our circumstances. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine yourself as a mountain stream, temporarily frozen in the grip of winter. Do you see this as the end? Or do you recognize the coming thaw, knowing that your true nature will soon resume its course? Adversity may slow your flow, but it cannot change your essence. Are you prepared to see setbacks as seasons rather than endings? Water teaches us the power of unity. A single drop may seem insignificant, but when joined with others, it becomes a river, an ocean, a force of nature. The Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all things, urging us to act for the common good. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What benefits the hive benefits the bee." In what ways are you contributing to the greater flow of humanity? Like water joining with other drops, your actions, no matter how small, have the power to create waves of change. Are you aligning your life with a purpose greater than yourself? Now think of water's ability to cleanse and renew. A rainstorm may wash away debris, leaving the earth refreshed and fertile. The Stoics encouraged regular self-reflection as a way to cleanse the mind and spirit. Seneca advised, each day, we should call ourselves to account. By examining your thoughts, actions, and intentions, you create space for growth and renewal. How often do you pause to reflect on your journey, letting go of what no longer serves you? Like water washing over a stone, self-reflection can smooth away rough edges, revealing the clarity beneath. Finally, let's explore the idea of creating your own current. While water adapts to its environment, it also shapes that environment, carving paths where none existed before. The Stoics believed in actively engaging with the world, using reason and virtue as tools to shape our destiny. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." What currents are you creating in your life? Are you allowing external circumstances to dictate your direction, or are you deliberately carving your own path? Like water, you have the power to transform the landscape of your existence, one drop, one choice, at a time. The secret power of water lies not only in its adaptability, but in its quiet strength, its persistence, and its ability to shape the world around it. By embodying these qualities, we align ourselves with the wisdom of the Stoics and the profound truth behind Bruce Lee's timeless words. Are you ready to harness this power and let it guide you to a life of purpose, resilience, and harmony? The current within is waiting. Will you let it flow? Lesson 3. The Hidden Strength. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to accept everything that happens in your life, both the joyous and the painful? The Stoics posed this profound question, inviting us to explore the transformative power of embracing our fate. What if, instead of resisting the tides of fortune, we learned to love every twist and turn of our journey? The concept of amor fati, or love of fate, encapsulates this radical acceptance. The Stoics believed that by wholeheartedly embracing our destiny, we unlock a hidden strength within ourselves. Could this ancient wisdom hold the key to a more fulfilled and resilient life? Life unfolds in ways we often cannot predict or control, presenting us with challenges that test our limits. The Stoics taught that the universe is governed by reason, and everything happens according to a natural order. Do you find yourself fighting against circumstances, or do you flow with the currents of life? By accepting that every event has its place in the grand tapestry of existence, we alleviate unnecessary suffering. The Stoics remind us that resistance only breeds frustration, while acceptance fosters peace. How might embracing your fate transform your perspective on adversity? Consider a river that welcomes every pebble and fallen leaf, allowing them to become part of its journey. The Stoics emphasized that everything we experience contributes to our growth. Are you willing to see obstacles not as hindrances, but as essential parts of your path? By loving our fate, we turn potential setbacks into stepping stones. The Stoics encourage us to find meaning in every situation. Could this shift in mindset lead you to greater resilience and inner strength? Modern Stoic philosophers like Massimo Pigliucci echo these sentiments, advocating for an attitude of acceptance toward life's unpredictability. Do you spend time lamenting what could have been, or do you focus on what is? By embracing the present moment, we free ourselves from the burdens of regret and anxiety. The Stoics teach that the only time we truly have is now. How can you make the most of this very moment by accepting it fully? When we resist reality, we create a dissonance between our expectations and the world as it is. The Stoics believe that much of our suffering stems from this discord. Do you find yourself clinging to how things should be, rather than how they are? By aligning our will with the course of nature, we find harmony. The Stoics invite us to consider that perhaps everything is unfolding exactly as it must. What if embracing this idea could bring you a profound sense of peace? The practice of amor fati doesn't mean passive resignation, rather it's an active engagement with life. The Stoics didn't advocate for complacency but for a courageous acceptance that empowers action. Are you confusing acceptance with giving up? By loving our fate, we take ownership of our responses to whatever happens. The Stoics encourage us to focus on what is within our control, our attitudes, choices, and actions. How can embracing your fate inspire you to live more authentically and purposefully? Think of a sculptor who sees a rough block of marble not as an obstacle but as an opportunity to create art. The Stoics believed that every experience shapes us, chiseling away rough edges to reveal our true selves. Do you view challenges as burdens or as chances to refine your character? By welcoming each event, we participate in our own becoming. The Stoics teach that adversity can be our greatest teacher. In what ways can you allow life's trials to sculpt you into a stronger, wiser person? Friedrich Nietzsche, influenced by Stoic thought, declared, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different." Do you often wish to rewrite your past or alter your present circumstances? By desiring nothing to be different, we find liberation from dissatisfaction. The Stoics understood that contentment arises not from changing the world, but from changing our perception of it. How might embracing everything exactly as it is liberate you from discontent? Consider a gardener who nurtures every plant that sprouts in her garden, even the unexpected ones, finding beauty in their uniqueness. The Stoics believed that by accepting what life plants in our path, we cultivate a rich and varied existence. Do you embrace the unexpected? Or do you try to weed out anything unplanned? By loving our fate, we open ourselves to new experiences and possibilities. The Stoics encourage us to see the inherent value in all that occurs. What unexpected joys might you discover by welcoming the unplanned? Amor fati is not about fatalism, but about empowerment. The Stoics recognize that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we relate to them. Do you feel powerless in the face of life's unpredictability? By choosing to love whatever happens, we reclaim our power. The Stoics remind us that our inner freedom is inviolable. How can embracing your fate enhance your sense of agency and freedom? Modern Stoic thinkers suggest practical ways to cultivate amor fati in daily life. Do you practice gratitude even for the hardships you face? By appreciating every aspect of our journey, we develop resilience and joy. The Stoics encourage daily reflection to internalize this mindset. Could a practice of mindful acceptance enrich your everyday experiences? When we love our fate, we dissolve the barriers between ourselves and reality. The Stoics believe that this union brings about inner tranquility. Do you experience inner conflict between your desires and reality? By aligning your will with what is, you achieve harmony. The Stoics teach that peace comes from within, not from external circumstances. How might embracing your fate lead to lasting tranquility? Consider the phoenix, a symbol of rebirth, that rises from its own ashes transformed. The Stoics saw hardship as an opportunity for renewal. Do you view failures as the end or as the beginning of something new? By embracing every outcome, we allow ourselves to be reborn from the ashes of our trials. The Stoics invite us to see each ending as a new beginning. What potential for rebirth exists in your current challenges? Amor fati encourages us to love not just the destination, but the journey itself, with all its twists and turns. The Stoics believed that the journey shapes us far more than the arrival. Do you rush through life aiming for goals, neglecting the lessons along the way? By cherishing each step, we find meaning in the process. The Stoics teach that life's value is found in living fully at every moment. How can embracing your path enhance your appreciation of life? The Stoics often use the metaphor of life as a play, where we are actors assigned roles we must perform to the best of our ability. Do you accept your role with grace, or do you resist the script? By embracing our part, we contribute to the harmony of the whole. The Stoics remind us that while we may not choose our roles, we can choose how we perform them. In what ways can you bring excellence to the role you've been given? In embracing our fate, we develop compassion for ourselves and others. The Stoics recognize that everyone is on their own journey, facing their own trials. Do you judge others harshly for their struggles, or do you empathize with their path? By accepting our own fate, we become more understanding of others. The Stoics teach that we are all interconnected parts of a greater whole. How can embracing your fate deepen your connections with others? Amor fati also involves letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. The Stoics believe that clinging to expectations leads to disappointment. Do you hold tightly to how you think things should be? By releasing these attachments, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. The Stoics encourage us to be open to whatever unfolds. How might letting go of rigid expectations improve your well-being? The practice of loving one's fate cultivates gratitude for all experiences. The Stoics saw every moment as a gift, an opportunity to live virtuously. Do you take time to appreciate both the sunshine and the rain in your life? By finding value in every experience, we enrich our souls. The Stoics remind us that gratitude is the heart's memory. What are you grateful for in this very moment? Embracing our fate also means accepting ourselves fully, flaws and all. The Stoics advocated for self-improvement, but recognized that self-acceptance is the foundation of growth. Do you criticize yourself harshly for your shortcomings? By loving who we are, we create a nurturing environment for transformation. The Stoics teach that self-compassion fuels progress. How can embracing yourself as you are empower your journey toward who you wish to become? In the dance of life, we are both choreographer and dancer, moving to the rhythm of fate. The Stoics believed that when we synchronize our steps with life's music, we experience harmony. Do you stumble through the dance, resisting the tempo, or do you move with grace? By embracing the rhythm, we find joy in the movement. The Stoics invite us to dance with life rather than against it. Are you ready to embrace the music of your fate? Modern psychology echoes Stoic wisdom, recognizing the benefits of acceptance in mental health. Do you dwell on what you cannot change, causing yourself distress? By adopting amor fati, we reduce anxiety and increase resilience. The Stoics were ahead of their time in understanding the mind's power. How can embracing your fate contribute to your emotional well-being? Embracing our fate also involves acknowledging the impermanence of all things. The Stoics taught that everything is transient, and clinging leads to suffering. Do you hold on to the past or fear the future? By accepting the fleeting nature of life, we find freedom in the present. The Stoics encourage us to live fully now. How might embracing impermanence enhance your appreciation for life's moments? The Stoics believed that loving one's fate aligns us with the universe's rational order. Do you feel disconnected from the world around you? By embracing our place in the cosmos, we find a sense of belonging. The Stoics remind us that we are integral parts of a greater whole. How can recognizing your connection to the universe enrich your life? Amor fati challenges us to transform obstacles into opportunities. The Stoics saw every difficulty as a chance to practice virtue. Do you see challenges as deterrents or as invitations to grow? By embracing hardships, we cultivate courage, patience, and wisdom. The Stoics teach that adversity reveals our true character. What virtues can you develop through your current challenges? Embracing our fate fosters humility, recognizing that we are not omnipotent. The Stoics valued modesty and understanding our limitations. Do you struggle with accepting that some things are beyond your control? By acknowledging this, we release the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. The Stoics encourage us to focus on what we can influence. How can embracing your limits lead to a more peaceful life? The Stoics believed that by loving our fate, we find meaning in suffering. Do you view pain as meaningless or as a catalyst for growth? By embracing suffering, we extract wisdom and strength from it. The Stoics remind us that diamonds are formed under pressure. How might your struggles be shaping you into something greater? Amor fati invites us to trust the unfolding of our lives. The Stoics had faith in the rational order of the universe. Do you doubt the path you're on, or do you trust in its direction? By embracing our journey, we find confidence in each step. The Stoics encourage us to walk our path with conviction. How can trusting your fate empower your journey? Embracing our fate also means being present. The Stoics taught that the past is gone and the future is uncertain. Do you miss out on the present by dwelling elsewhere? By fully inhabiting each moment, we experience life in its fullness. The Stoics remind us that now is all we truly have. How can embracing the present enhance your experience of life? In loving our fate, we cultivate patience. The Stoics understood that all things unfold in their own time. Do you become impatient when things don't happen on your schedule? By accepting life's timing, we reduce frustration. The Stoics teach that patience is a form of wisdom. How might embracing patience improve your life? Amor Fati encourages us to find joy in all circumstances. The Stoics believed that a contented mind finds happiness everywhere. Do you let external events dictate your happiness? By choosing joy regardless of circumstances, we become masters of our inner world. The Stoics remind us that happiness is an inside job. How can embracing your fate bring you lasting joy? Embracing your fate is about loving every aspect of your life, knowing that each moment contributes to your growth. The Stoics, ancient and modern, offer timeless wisdom on how to live with acceptance, resilience, and joy. By internalizing the practice of Amor Fati, you unlock a hidden strength that empowers you to navigate life's complexities with grace. Are you ready to embrace your fate and discover the profound transformation that awaits within you? Lesson 4: The Mirror of Water, Reflecting Inner Truths. Have you ever gazed into a still pond and seen not just your reflection, but a deeper sense of who you are? The Stoics often contemplated the metaphor of water as a mirror, asking us to consider, what does the clarity of water reveal about our inner selves? Water, in its purest form, reflects without distortion, offering us an unfiltered glimpse into reality. What if we could harness this reflective quality to gain profound insights into our own minds and souls? By embracing the mirror of water, can we uncover the hidden truths that guide our actions and shape our destinies? Water's surface, when undisturbed, acts as a perfect mirror, reflecting the world with honesty and precision. The Stoics believed that to achieve wisdom, we must strive for such clarity within ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." Are you willing to delve beneath the surface of your own thoughts and emotions to discover the wellspring of virtue within? Just as water reflects our physical appearance, our minds can reflect our true character when they are calm and undisturbed. How often do you take the time to still the waters of your mind, allowing for honest self-reflection? In our daily lives, distractions and external influences can ripple across our consciousness, distorting our perception of reality. The Stoics taught that by minimizing these disturbances, we can see things as they truly are. Epictetus advised, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Like removing pebbles from a pond to restore its stillness, we must identify and eliminate the sources of turmoil within us. Do you recognize the thoughts and habits that create unnecessary ripples in your life? By addressing them, you clear the way for a more accurate reflection of your authentic self. Consider the way water adapts to the vessel that contains it, yet remains unchanged in substance. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining our core values regardless of external circumstances. Seneca stated, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Are you consistent in your principles, even when situations challenge you? By being like water, we can navigate different environments and relationships without compromising our integrity. How might this adaptability, paired with steadfast values, enhance your ability to thrive in any situation? Modern Stoic philosophers like William Irvine suggest that intentional self-reflection is key to personal growth. He proposes the practice of negative visualization, where one contemplates the loss of things they value to appreciate them more deeply. Imagine your life without the people and things you cherish. Does this exercise bring clarity to what truly matters? Just as clear water allows us to see to the bottom, Reflecting on impermanence can reveal the depths of our gratitude and priorities. How can this newfound appreciation influence the way you live each day? Water has the unique ability to cleanse and purify, washing away impurities and bringing renewal. The Stoics believed in the continuous process of self-improvement, shedding old habits that no longer serve us. Musonius Rufus taught, "In order to improve, we must be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Are you open to the discomfort that comes with growth? Like a river cleansing itself as it flows, personal development requires us to let go of outdated beliefs and behaviors. What are you willing to release to become the best version of yourself? Have you ever noticed how water reflects light, creating shimmering patterns that dance and inspire wonder? The Stoics recognized the importance of finding beauty and inspiration in the world around us. Marcus Aurelius mused, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." Do you take the time to appreciate the simple wonders that can elevate your spirit? By allowing ourselves to be moved by beauty, we nurture our souls and find motivation to pursue higher ideals. How can embracing the reflective and illuminating qualities of water enhance your daily experience? The Stoics also understood that water's depth can be deceptive. What appears shallow may be profound. In the same way, people often mask their true feelings and thoughts behind superficial expressions. Epictetus warned, "Appearances to the mind are of four kinds. Things are and appear so, or they are not, and do not appear to be, or they are, and do not appear to be, or they are not, and yet appear to be." Do you look beyond the surface when interacting with others? By seeking to understand the deeper currents that motivate people, we cultivate empathy and stronger connections. How might this deeper insight improve your relationships and collaborations? Water in motion creates waves, each one influencing the next in an endless cycle. The Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all things, that our actions set off chains of events beyond our immediate perception. Seneca observed, "No man is an island. We are all pieces of the continent, part of the main." Are you mindful of the waves you create through your choices and behaviors? By acting with intention and virtue, we contribute positively to the larger human experience. What legacy do you wish your waves to leave behind? In moments of turmoil, water can become turbulent, obscuring what lies beneath. The Stoics taught that emotions, when unchecked, can cloud our judgment and lead us astray. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, asserted, "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." Do you allow anger, fear, or envy to stir the waters of your mind? By practicing emotional regulation, we restore calmness and clarity, enabling better decision-making. How can you implement strategies to maintain inner peace amid external chaos? Modern Stoic thinkers like Sharon Labelle encourage the practice of mindfulness as a means to achieve this tranquility. She interprets Epictetus's teachings for contemporary audiences, emphasizing presence and acceptance. Are you fully engaged in the present moment, or is your mind drifting in the past or future? Mindfulness acts as a filter, allowing only the relevant and necessary to occupy our thoughts. Like a serene lake reflecting the sky, a mindful mind mirrors reality without distortion. How might cultivating mindfulness improve your focus and reduce unnecessary stress? Water's reflective nature also teaches us about self-acceptance. It shows us as we are, without embellishment or criticism. The Stoics advocated for acknowledging our imperfections while striving for improvement. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." Do you judge yourself harshly for your flaws, or do you accept them as part of your journey? Self-compassion is essential for growth. By accepting ourselves, we create a solid foundation from which to evolve. What steps can you take to practice greater self-kindness? Furthermore, water demonstrates the power of patience. It does not rush, yet it accomplishes great things over time. The Stoics understood that meaningful change often requires patience and persistence. Seneca remarked, "Time discovers truth." Are you impatient with your progress or the unfolding of events? By embracing patience, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life. reducing frustration and increasing satisfaction. How can adopting a patient approach impact your goals and relationships? The transparency of water symbolizes honesty and authenticity. The Stoics held truthfulness as a fundamental virtue. Epictetus declared, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him." Are you honest with yourself about what affects you? Recognizing our triggers and vulnerabilities allows us to address them authentically. By being transparent, we build trust with ourselves and others. How might greater honesty enhance your interactions and self-understanding? Water also teaches us about resilience through acceptance. When contaminated, it seeks equilibrium, purifying itself over time. The Stoics taught that accepting what we cannot change allows us to focus on what we can. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Do you resist unavoidable difficulties, or do you accept them and adapt? Acceptance is not resignation, but a strategic acknowledgement of reality. How can embracing acceptance empower you to overcome obstacles? Lastly, consider the unity of water in the world. All bodies of water are connected through the hydrological cycle. The Stoics believed in the unity of humanity and the universe. Chrysippus, an early Stoic philosopher, taught about the logos, the rational principle that connects all beings. Do you feel isolated in your struggles, or do you recognize your place in the greater whole? By understanding our interconnectedness, we find solidarity and support. How can this perspective alleviate feelings of isolation and foster a sense of belonging? Embracing the mirror of water invites us to reflect deeply on our inner truths. The Stoics, ancient and modern, provide us with tools to achieve clarity, authenticity, and wisdom. By stilling the waters of our minds, we open ourselves to honest self-examination and meaningful growth. Are you ready to look into the mirror of water and face the truths that await? The journey inward can be challenging, but it is the path to genuine understanding and fulfillment. Will you take the plunge?